let's talk about the YNCF, the Young Nigga Conference Finals. We got the oldest player in these two series between the best players is Mr. Jalen Brunson at a young 28 years old. I am currently 8 years, going on 9 years old.
Not the oldest?
No, I'm talking about the stars.
Come on, you can't do this to Siakam, bro.
No, I'm talking about if you putting together a poster and you're advertised, you can only put two people on there. You're gonna put these two on here for these conference finals.
Okay, all right.
For the Western Conference, you're gonna put Anthony Edwards and you're gonna put Shea. I'm not saying he's not a star. I'm just saying, like, for you do the commercial, you can always tell, even with the NFL, like until we got Caleb, they used to always put a linebacker on the promo. It was like dun, 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 dun. You'll see Lamar Jackson, but it's Khalil Mack. Like, yeah. Now they start putting so that's what I'm saying. And we're going on people who will be on the poster. Is Jalen Brunson is the oldest. Jalen Brunson's 28. Y'all laughing, but the first time I saw Caleb on the ad, I was happy. A part of me felt joy. I was like, I've never had this before.
This nigga used nose tackles on this poster.
When Justin got drafted, the first Bears Packers, it was Aaron Rodgers, and then they threw like Jalen Johnson on there or something. They didn't even put Justin.
I was just about to say it went from linebacker to Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. Went to the corner because we didn't have no linebackers at the time. No, it was Roquan. That was Roquan. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, Roquan. I forgot about
Roquan was the promoter for a long time. Now they put Caleb on there.
Man.
But anyway, this is the YNCF, man. Like we were just talking to Shakia. She gave us the nice insider's perspective from her, covering the Pacers. But to me, man, we're gonna talk about whether this is good or not for the NBA. It really feels like the dynasty era is over. This is gonna be the first time in the 70-plus history of the NBA that we're gonna have 7 different NBA champions. No back-to-backs since the 2018 Warriors. We have not had a three-peat in 23 years. And if it does happen, it's going to be another 26 years since Kobe and Shaq did. And to me, it shows the difference how the league is, but also at the same time, it makes it look even more impressive for what Kobe and Shaq did or what for Mike and Scotty did. And, even if you want to go back to, Bill Russell in them. It makes it more impressive. But also just shows you're in a new era. Because remember, Pat, we always be talking about the 70s disparity. This is a level of parity we've never seen before. I do think that it's good for the league because you got 4 bright superstars who they at least they're marketable. Now, I think obvious the guy who should be, we talked this on Friday, who they're gonna force into the spotlight is gonna be Anthony Edwards, no matter how much he don't want to do it. But I think he has the most personality out of the 4. Has the most commercials, obviously. Does Jalen Brunson have any commercials? If I haven't seen it, I haven't.
Yeah, he got that Villanova one.
Yeah.
That Villanova one. You got that Villanova one. Shea got that annoying commercial that comes on every 2 minutes with him, Chet and Jay Will. Said Hester make a poster. No, it was all Urlacher. It was always Urlacher. They would show Briggs from Urlacher.
Yeah, it was always it was always Urlacher. It was never. I've never seen the Devin Hester versus anybody poster.
It was always
on Sunday Night Football or Fox.
And to that last season, he got trucked out of our TV screens and he tore his ACL, whatever it was, and then we just had Briggs on there. So yeah, I've been through some dark times. But anyway, this is something when you see they have these little bright stars. So I think it's good. I think we've been talking for like a year. Where's the NBA gonna go? No LeBron, no Steph. I feel like they're forcing it now. Like, okay, you ain't got no choice. Everybody gone. Even Tatum, Brown, they gone. Joker's
1999. NBA 1999.
Yeah, but even with 99, at least you had like,
No, you didn't.
You still had.
No, you didn't.
I'm trying to think. You might be right. You're right.
No, you didn't.
Okay, even then.
No, you didn't.
Because that was not Tim Duncan's rookie year. It's the second year. That was the lockout year. Yeah, that was the lockout year. So they were trying to figure that shit out.
I watched one game of that finals.
Pat said no immediately. He was like, "Nah."
No, you didn't. You're thinking about this in retrospect because of who Tim Duncan became. Yeah, and you're thinking about it in that, but in that time period,
it was Tim, Ray Allen, Vince Carter. Allen Iverson was the face. the pseudo face of the league at the
still
time. They
there,
didn't want to do
The
it.
Lakers kept getting eliminated, so it wasn't Kobe and
Yeah,
Shaq.
the Jazz was still there, but they was old.
Yeah.
What was the college
Charles
was it
Barkley? He was ring chasing in Houston.
He was. Scotty was in Houston.
Scotty was in Houston. Chuck wants to act like we don't remember that Houston era. Every time he talk about, oh, Giannis need to stay in Milwaukee. When I was at this team, like, look, man, I know a lot.
I was in Phoenix.
Yeah, I know a lot of these niggas is 21 watching the NBA. I remember, brother. I remember you being in Houston
coming off the bench.
That wash big three of you, Scotty.
Coming off the bench.
And he was coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench at one point.
Who was starting?
I don't know, but it wasn't him. At one point,
he did come off the bench. At one point, he did come off the bench and shit. And then he tore his ACL, and that was
he tore his quad.
Wasn't it? It was his quad. Yeah. Okay,
one of them. Remember Michael Jordan was trying to put together that wash big three. He was trying to get Pat and Chuck to come to Washington. That was nothing. Yeah,
I do not remember that.
Yeah, remember that one year that they thought that he was going to leave inside the NBA? And it was like, yeah, we know you might be going to Washington. It was like after the second or third year inside the NBA. They thought he was going to leave.
You got me on that one.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan, bro. Yeah, y'all can look it up on YouTube. Fair. And I noticed because I took a 1-year NBA break after Michael Jordan left the Bulls. I didn't watch until 99, 2000. Then I just immediately started messing with the Lakers because Kobe was my guy. That was really about it. It had to take me a minute. Because then there was rumors like, oh, Michael Jordan's going to come back in like the second half of the season. And then never came back. But anyway, Pat, what do you think about this new era in NBA basketball? Do you think it's going to be like this for a while? And do you think this is ultimately good for the NBA?
I mean, yes, I do think it's good for the league. I think it's good for the league in general, just because of the fact that, again, you need new stars, bro. You have to have new people to care about, bro. Bron, KD, Steph, whoever else you want to name, these guys just literally cannot do it forever. It's literally impossible. So the fact that, you have an Ant, you have a Shea, you have a Tyrese, you have a Brunson, especially the Knicks being good, like the way Brunson is gonna be beloved by New York fans pretty much forever now. Even Cat, like there was a point in time in which I feel like Cat in Minnesota, he kind of got his block taken away a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like Cat came in, and I think that was a GM poll that was midway to the 2010s, where people said they would have picked Cat first. Like if you were doing a GM draft and you could have anybody in the league. So for Cat to be in New York, for Cat to come back home again with his story of his career, like I think that's great. And I think we're definitely in like a new era. I won't say that we'll never see a repeat. I just think that it's going to be a lot tougher. Like, for instance, I think if the Thunder can win this year, I think they're in a great position to repeat. Why? Because of the way that they built their roster. Like, they have so many, because of the CBA, it's going to be hard to keep some of these teams together. So you're going to have to replace a lot of these guys with cheaper options. So the fact that Thunder do have so many picks, they can continue to let's say if they have to let, I don't know, a Jalen Williams go, or like an Aaron Wiggins go, or like a Lou Dort go, or like even a Chet go or something like that, a Harkenstein go. They have so many picks where they can easily plug and replace these guys and keep these and keep this thing going as long as they can continue to keep their core three together and things like that. So yeah, I think it's great for the league, and I'm excited. It's new stories. Like, granted, I enjoy watching Bron go every year, but at the same point in time, after a certain point, you knew the Warriors was just gonna smack them. Like, that's not really fun. We all have our opinions, but I think we can all honestly say we have no idea what's gonna happen.
But I think that's the fun thing about it, because there's one thing that the NFL and Major League Baseball have always had over the NBA to me, which you never know who's going to win. Like, you could be an NFL team that won 14 games and you don't get past the divisional weekend. We see in baseball every year, it's all about timing. You have a team that won 89 games, beat the team that won 115 because their bats went cold and, their pitching got on fire. So I think this for the NBA. Now, I will say this. Now I'm giving a toast, and I will say this. Even though I am on record saying I am a big city elitist, as much as I don't want to see the Knicks in the finals, and we're going to get to that in a second, I feel like you kind of need them in the finals. Like, you need that in that New York market. I'll be real. I just want to say this real quick. On a basketball perspective, I think Thunder Pacers would be entertaining. Nobody wants the two cities be Oklahoma City and Indianapolis. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
You
Pat.
can't even fly from Oklahoma City to Indianapolis. Like literally,
That's
I
my
legit don't
point
think
exactly.
they have flights. I will say this one thing about Indiana and New York. Indiana better win every game by 15 to win by 2.
Say that again.
Indiana better win every game by 15 to win by 2.
So win by 2. Why you say that?
Because if it's close.
Oh, if it's close, you got Jalen Brunson is in that.
No, that's not.
Category.
No. You are missing what I'm saying. You missing what I'm saying. You're missing what I'm saying. I think the league would love to have the Knicks in the finals.
Yeah.
So you better win every game by 15 to
who
win by 2.
Said?
Evan Turner.
That said
that?
Yep, Evan Turner.
I get what you're saying.
He was like, I think he said Tony Batiste told him like, hey yo, bro, you never had to win by 10 and win by 1. He was like, bro, who you want to watch, Boston or us in the next round? Who you want to watch, the Knicks or the Pacers in the next round? So you better win every game by 15 and win by 2. I'm just saying.
That's a good point. Tosin, what's your take on this new era of NBA basketball?
First of all, I want to apologize to all the Knicks fans for saying y'all gonna lose when I said y'all gonna lose. So don't beat me up, Knicks fans. Because if y'all win, guess what? I'm a Knicks fan too because I live here. So it's my divine right. But I will say this though, man, it's nice to see the league change. One of the things that sometimes you fail to realize is that we get old. It is what it is. Father Time is undefeated. We now are in our 30s, and these are our superstars we are watching. These younger kids need their own superstars and people in their face of the league. So this is their era. This is their era, and this is a new era of basketball of like players that they're going to be up and coming superstars. I promise you, when I was watching the Thunder, I was like, I don't even know half who these dudes are. I don't even know, like, they all look like NPCs to me, but these kids know who these guys are. So this is their era for them to shine. So, and it's also nice, man. It's like new storylines, old storylines. Like Pacers Knicks is an old rivalry that's finally got revived. And then Thunder and, the Timberwolves is just a whole new thing. And like Ant can finally become the man. So it's a lot of different narratives that can be driven. So it's nice. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, it's like a new chapter in the old rivalry. They're going to do you're going to get a whole bunch of Reggie Miller this week. Especially since he's going to be calling it with TNT's last playoff series ever. And on top of that, we got a little Draymond sparkle on it. It was announced that he's going to be joining Inside the NBA for this final week. He's going to be coming out hating because they just got eliminated. You got that. And so that's you're going to see the Spike Lees. You're going to see all of that. They're going to do what the NFL did 2 years ago when they had, what was the Niners? It was the Cowboys in the playoffs. And we got a whole bunch of Aikman and Young. They're going to do this whole same thing here, try to blend history into it. But, Bang, what do you think about the YNCF that we got coming up?
As the OG here, as the old head here who's been through a couple of transitions, I love it. It still makes my LA 2028 apocalypse for the NBA even more stronger. You know what I'm saying? But as far as just for American basketball, let me stop playing. But I do love it. The last time I could really remember this truly happening was 1999. I know we had the transition from Kobe to LeBron and everything, but we could say what we want to say, but there's no true face of the NBA. Like, nobody has taken it. We're trying to give it to people, but nobody is taking it. So when I look at this Final Four, look at Tyrese, I look at Brunson, I look at Shai, I look at Ant, I look at who wants to be the face of the NBA. I also look at small town America. Like, imagine if there is a Indiana versus Minnesota final. That would be so non-David Stern-like. If that were to happen.
David Stern would have ripped the TVs about the wall. That it has been full collusion.
It passed right.
He had Tatum out there on his torn Achilles. Somebody, no, nigga.
No, you had it.
Not on one.
But the crazy thing about it is that because the Pacers do have, to me, a star, a facial star. I don't want to give Tyrese Halliburton superstar status yet. I actually don't want to give none of these people superstar status yet. I think this is the fatal four-way to find out who's the next superstar. But
man, I got a great wrestling comparison. Tell me if I'm spot on. You know what this is? This is when the Rock, Stone Cold, and then retired. Triple H moved into the box. Undertaker only showed up. This is the Edge John Cena, Orton, Batista era.
Yeah,
of the
yeah, talk your shit.
NBA.
Talk your shit. First
NBA
Black
right
Champ.
now.
Latest episode of First Black Champ live right now on Barber Share Co. Hey, look, I was going to use that as an example because Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson has been in front of millions of people due to the WWE. You got Anthony Edwards, who is, I guess you could call him the pseudo face of the league right now, probably the most popular player in the NBA right now. And then you got Shy, who's in all of these commercials and everything, Fashion Magnet, all of that stuff. Like this right here is for my son. This is for, and I was going to mention this on the show real quick. I am so upset that the Knicks are winning. Why? Because my son is impressionable. He's 10 years old.
He gonna think they're a good team.
Man, this is the fight for the 10-year-olds, G. This is the fight for the shorties that's looking at the TV and looking at who's next. This is like me. When the Lakers when we beat the Lakers, we knew we had it. We knew the Bulls had it. Even before that, the kids had Magic and Bird. The kids had Kobe. The kids had LeBron. This is also the fight for them. So if I'm Adam Silver, I'm looking at this like, I kind of don't care if this is a small town team that's going to win it or not. I need a face. And if that motherfucker's in OKC or Minnesota or Indiana, I'm cool with it because social media is going to make this person an even bigger star. He don't have to be in a bigger market. So I think that's the other thing that the league is looking at too.
And our Gen Z super producer, Nikhil, just said that Shea is most popular player amongst Gen Z. And there's only one person
Over
who can
LaMelo?
bring Shea.
Over LaMelo?
Yeah. I mean, the kids will say it. You know, Shay's aura man. That's what he is. He got all the auras.
Aura man.
Aura farms. He aura farms.
Yeah.
But my son looked
He
at
says
Jalen
yes
Brunson
over LaMelo. He says yes over LaMelo.
Hey, but my son looked at the highlights this morning. He was looking at the Knicks like, oh, this might be mine. And I looked at his ass like,
you can leave
your ass in this house.
You better put up, man. You know you better do in the house. You better force him to watch all the Balkman highlights. That's what you got to do.
Right. And show him Charles Oakley getting kicked out of the garden. This is how they treat people. This is like, to me, there's only one person who can bring Shea down. His name is Drake Aubrey Graham. If he puts up another bet, like he screwed the Maple Leafs last night. As soon as I saw that bet, I'm like, yep, Panthers won.
Hey Scott, I was gonna save it for the soccer edition, but you know who Shea looks like a little bit? Looks like Frimpong. I mean, he looks like a Timber. It looks like Timber on Arsenal. I know.
He do like Timber a little bit. He do a little bit, and like he's very Canadian, bro. Like when he talk, he sound like a Drake skit. Like I'm like, oh dang, Drake wasn't making that up. That's really how these niggas talk. So like, and like for me, that's why it's new era for me because I don't really have anybody to hate on because I'm older than all these dudes. Somebody look like hating on a 23-year-old. Like it just makes me feel weird. Like I'm gonna be 37 this year, and I'm like, this nigga. Born in 2002. Like I
don't like.
No, there's some who I don't think are the best. I don't hate them.
No, it's definitely something I don't like.
Who? Do something
I
you
don't
don't like.
Wemby. I don't like Wemby.
Why you don't like Wemby for?
I just don't like Wemby. I don't like the way he plays basketball. I don't like the way he plays offense. I don't like this shit.
I don't like the way Jason Tatum plays offense, but he's under.
There you go.
I hope he gets better, but it's just like.
There you go.
I'm gonna be real. This is gonna sound terrible. I'm not gonna miss watching him play. I'm gonna be real. I want him to get healthy, obviously. I'm not gonna miss that dribble, step back.
I'm not mad at you. I think Boston plays a very nasty style of basketball.
Nasty style of basketball, bro.
Boston plays Lifetime Fitness basketball, fam. Let's just be real.
Exactly. They play like when you playing, like when you play live back in the day, and you down 30, and you just start jacking threes. That's what they play with.
But I don't really like LaMelo either, but that's because like he doesn't play actual NBA basketball. He plays like a my player.
We don't know how good Melo is because none of his games are meaningful.
Because he plays like a fucking my player.
That's why. Yeah, like
part of the reason none of the games is meaningful.
Do you know why I love the conversation? Because everybody turns to ethical haters. Real ethical.
The Hornets be out of it before Thanksgiving every year. He said Wemby must have been in Delilah while Pav was in there. No, I tell you one nigga I did see in Delilah. I thought he was hiding out in the cut. Nasty man himself, Freaky Sean. When he was in there, And then I remember I told Walls was like, yo, son, was that the Sean Walker? Like, yes, it was. He was in the corner trying to be low. I knew that was him. Catch I'm Not Gonna Hold You, hosted by Scott Lewis, every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, only on HNB Media and the Barbershop Network.